Welcome to SGS Arts. So today I'm gonna do another bracket battle episode. Today I'm gonna talk about my favorite performances of all time. Although I have to say that these aren't all of my favorite performances. Of course, there are many of them, but I picked 16 performances here, one for each actor. So there isn't a single actor that appears twice in the list. And I might do a part two for this at some point. As I said, there are so many performances that I happen to love, of course, after seeing over 3,000 films. So, yeah. But there are some very interesting battles here. And you can see here that I've put then the last name of the actor or actress and then the name of the film. But I also have this letterbox list here. So you can see the posters for the films. But let's start with the first matchup, which is Jack Nicholson in The Shining versus Sheryl Lee in Fire Walk with Me. So I always forgot to start the tournament, as I always say. But this starts with a banger. I mean, these could easily be like my two favorite performances of all time if I had to choose them. And these are in a way very similar performances. They are both very intense performances and they are both very psychotic performances at moments. Obviously, Nicholson goes full on crazy, but Sheryl Lee, we have kind of moments of that insanity in Laura Palmer's character. Fire, walk with me. Yeah, Garmambosia. But here we can see the posters for the films. I mean, I know that you know The Shining. At least you can see I've logged it 12 times, but I've seen it like 22 times, I think. Even in the cinema ones. Yeah, but I absolutely love this film. I have lots of nostalgia for it. And due to the nostalgia, I often think that whether I would love this film as much if I watched it for the first time now. Yeah, but I absolutely love it. So, yeah, and I've often said that Nicholson performance here is my favorite performance of all time. So I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Yeah, but I absolutely love that performance. But I also love this other performance. Sheryl Lee in Fire Walk with Me. I mean, she portrays multitude of emotions here, from trauma, even from happiness, laughter, to all kinds of weird and horrific emotions. And she has so many insanely beautiful facial expressions here, and but also the very horror-filled facial expressions. But it's such a powerhouse of a performance. Yeah, yeah. I absolutely love her performance in the Julie Cruise Questions in a World of Blue scene, where she's just absolutely devastated in that bar, and then she sees also Donna, and she doesn't want Donna to go to the kind of same road as Laura herself has been taking. So, and of course, the climax. I mean, this scene is actually from the end. Like, that's a great performance, but also before this, like, ending scene, the horrific stuff in the cabin and in the train. I don't want to spoil too much, but those scenes, obviously, she's absolutely amazing in those scenes, and it's some of the most disturbing stuff in cinema history. Yeah, yeah, Sheryl Lee, what an actress. This is so hard. I mean, uh, I wish that we didn't get this matchup in the first round. This could have been even the final if the shuffle made this bracket bit better. But um, I'll go with Sheryl Lee. It has more emotional resonance to it, so it's hard to go against Nicholson because this performance I have loved for over a decade. So yeah, well, this will be a more easy battle for me, but it's Gena Rowlands in Woman Under the Influence. Oh, there's an E missing from the end. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, and Harry Dean Stanton from Paris, Texas. So very different performances. So this is probably the best Cassavetes film. And Gena Rowlands' performance here is absolutely insanely good. Again, she has this mental illness, mental problems, and she's a mother, so there's lots of different sides to her character. But she portrays that mental illness so well in a very emotionally resonant way, in a very intense way, in a very raw way. Of course, many performances in Cassavetes films are very raw, and that's why we like them. Yeah, but that's such a powerhouse of a performance, definitely in my top 10 performances of all time. Yeah, then we have Harry Dean Stanton in Paris, Texas, and we see his journey from the beginning when he's kind of again he's lost his memory and he's lost his personhood in a way, and then he slowly kind of regains it as he reconnects with his family and in the end with his ex-wife or girlfriend. I don't remember whether they were married actually because I haven't seen this film in quite a long time. But yeah, the scene here when we see Nastasia Kinski and Harry Dean Stanton talks to her, like that's such a powerful moment. But Harry Dean Stanton has so many great moments in this film, and it's such a great performance, and he was such a great actor. Yeah, but I'll have to go with Gena Rowlands. I think it's definitely a better performance. Yeah, but Harry Dean Stanton, great actor too. Then we have Peter Sellers in Being There versus Sissy Spacek in Carrie. So here, oh, I think I misspelled Peter Sellers. Yeah, it should be E there. So again, sorry about that. Um, but he plays this gardener here who goes from this gardening shop to kind of higher places in a way when he meets some extremely rich people, and then the rich people mistake him as being some kind of an intellectual man who knows everything about the economy and politics and everything, even though he doesn't know anything, and he doesn't have any even basic etiquette how to deal with people and stuff. But people just mistake him as some kind of a genius. Now, this film hits differently after the Donald Trump presidency, because again here we can see how a very simple-minded person can kind of rise to prominence in a way, just like obviously Trump is an utter idiot, but he became the president. So yeah, so this isn't while this is a very funny film, but when you actually start thinking about the contrast between this and the real world, it isn't that funny anymore. But it's such a great performance from Peter Sellers. Yeah, probably my favorite performance by him. I mean, I guess it is because it's here, but yeah, of course, he was a great actor. And there are other good performances in this film too, but yeah, this is one of my favorite American films, probably in my top 50 films of all time. I've watched it a couple of times, and it's just so great. And Hal Ashby, great, maybe slightly underrated director. Yeah. And then Sissy Spacek in Carrie. Of course, this is a very vulnerable, naive, and innocent performance, very sad performance, but also varied performance. Yeah, of course, this film is just so sad, but so great at the same time. I really like Sissy Spacek as an actress, like I've said before. I also really like her in Three Women, for example. Yeah, but yeah, I love this performance. Um, this is quite hard. Um, I'll go with Being There actually, but or I don't know, but I'll go with Being There. I don't know. Yeah. Again, as always, I didn't think about these matchups beforehand, so these are hard to choose. That's the kind of fun of the bracket battles. So now we have Tatsuya Nakadai in The Human Condition and John Goodman in The Big Lebowski. I mean, totally different characters. Yeah. One is a Vietnam vet and another one is a World War II vet. Yeah. But yeah, of course, Tatsuya Nakadai's performance kind of it has all human emotions in it basically. There's the human strength element, the human idealist element, but then there is the when his ideas and his personhood gets completely crushed. So he has to play that sadness and vulnerability here too. But it's such a beautiful, hard hitting, even relatable performance. So yeah, it's one of the great performances. But then we have the, in my opinion, the most hilarious performance ever. I mean, look at the pose. Yeah. Margit Zero. Am I the only one who gives a shit about the rules? Margit Zero. This is not Nam. There are rules. Yeah. I mean, I was paraphrasing that. I don't remember the exact quote. Shut the fuck up, Donny. This guy fucking walks. I've never been more certain about anything in my life. My body is like face down in the muck, so me and you could enjoy this family restaurant. Yeah. I mean, he has just so many legendary lines. Yeah. Say what you will about the tenets of National Socialism. Fuck. At least it's an ethos. Yeah. There are like that line, for example, is very very clever. So there is much of that like stupid humor, like the shut the fuck up, Donny. But then there are those more clever lines with his character too. Yeah. Oh, there's yeah. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. Fuck, like this is very hard. Because one is a very entertaining performance, but then one is the more kind of intellectual performance, you could say. I'll go with Nakadai. I think it's just all encompassing, so that's why I'm going with it. But I love Walter Sobchak so much. Then Possession, by the way, is the one film that actually appears here twice because I think both of the main performances are top 10 performances of all time. So, but we have Brenda Blethyn from Secrets and Lies and Sam Neill from Possession. Yeah. So this is a beautiful Mike Lee film, and here we have Brenda Blethyn, and she gives a very very real, very vulnerable, very emotional, kind of awkward and shy performance. Very powerful performance that I feel like I've kind of met people like her in real life too. Of course, in Mike Lee films, you have these real, real type of people, even though often they feel like they are kind of bigger than life, even though they are these average working class people. But yeah, what a powerful powerhouse performance. I know some people don't like it, but then some people absolutely love it. So yeah, for some reason, it's a bit of a divisive performance from the reviews that I have read, but I think it's one of the great performances. So yeah. And then we have, yeah, it was Sam Neill from Possession. We will have her later on as well. So, but yeah, Sam Neill plays this possessive husband, pretty fucked up character in many ways. But yeah, I think Possession, while it's is this kind of thriller, weird film, kind of a horror film even, but this actually, even if you have a dark sense of humor, this film is absolutely hilarious. If you really pay attention to the dialogue and how they say that dialogue and how the like the facial expressions and everything, or when Sam Neill's character is just in that chair and he just looks absolutely psychotic, kind of like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Like, why what a great performance, yeah. And of course he has to play the doppelganger here as well, so yeah. this is very hard. I absolutely love Sam Neill in Possession, but I also love Brenda Blethyn from Secrets and Lies. I'll have to go with Possession though. I mean, it's very, very close, but like all of these are, but yeah. Then we have Oliver Reed in The Devils as Urbain Grandier. What a great character. And then Anna Karina in The Nun. It's funny how it shuffled these films together as they are in a way. Quite similar, both have nuns in them. Both are kind of some type of critiques of religion, religious institutions, and human like repression and stuff. Yeah. And both are quite dark in the end as well. But the nun doesn't have the humor that the Devils has, so that isn't as kind of grandiose in a way as the Devils is. Not as provocative, but they are. This would be a very good double bill. Yeah. But yeah, one of my favorite films. I've seen it three times. Absolutely love it. Yeah, funny, provocative, dense. Yeah, again, it's one of those films that um is tonally bit inconsistent, but in a good way. It balances different tones together very well. Nurupan Grandier, we can have different types of emotions towards his character. Throughout the film, sometimes he feels very pompous, kind of an asshole, but then in other points of the film, we are kind of siding with him, or at least I am when I'm watching the film. By the way, I think Michael Gotthard as the Father Barre, that this is like an amazing performance as well. He's this like really fanatical and fucked up priest. Yeah, yeah. I don't believe he isn't in this shot, but yeah, great. But yeah, love Oliver Reed in this, and Oliver Reed is such a great actor. I haven't seen that many of his films in the end, but the ones that I have seen have been really good. So the performances and the films, yeah. But then to me, this is probably my favorite Anna Karina performance, but she's one of my favorite actresses, so I love all of her performances. The close second would probably be Vivre sa vie, but this is La Religieuse, the nun by Jacques Rivette that I have talked about quite a few times. But yeah, she is the main character here, and she has to go from convent to convent to convent against her will. Nobody really understands her, and people don't treat her that well. Most of them, I mean, there are some better people here too, but she has such a devastating journey. And yeah, but she portrays so many great emotions here, and she portrays the kind of doubt that she has in religion very well as well. Yeah, and I think she bounces off from the other characters very well as well. So what a great performance! And look at this shot here, like so much emotion here, or here too. Like yeah, highly recommend this one. I know Tony, for example, has said that he wants to read the Denis Diderot novel before he watches the film, but hopefully he reads the book soon, and I need to read the book too. So yeah, but I'm gonna go with Anna Karina. I think she has more range than Oliver Reed, but I love again this performance, of course. So yeah, then two more to go. Lee Ullman in Persona and Dennis Hopper in Blue Velvet. I immediately start laughing. I mean, Dennis Hopper you can see here too as my avatar. Yeah, but yeah, Lee Fullman has so many great performances, so it was hard to choose one for this episode. But if I do the second part, there will probably be more performances by her. But here you can see her. And yeah, of course, she's like silent throughout much of the film. Like you can see her never receiving any answer. Yeah, but yeah, of course, this is kind of a mindfuck of a film. But those types of films require very very good performances from the actresses, and you see it here from both of the actresses. So yeah, I don't have that much to say about her performance here, but it's so great. It's so great. Then he's over. Don't you fucking look at me. Now it's dark. Do it for Van Gogh. Ricky, Ricky. I'll send you a love letter. Straight from my heart, fucker. You know what a love letter is. It's a bullet from a fucking gun, fucker. If you ever receive a love letter from me, you're fucked forever. Heineken, fuck that shit. Babs, blue ribbon. Candy color clown, they call the Sandman. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a powerhouse of a performance, incredibly evil and dark, but darkly funny at the same time. And I love the kind of Freudian stuff in his performance when he's like, "Mommy, mommy," and like we can see that he has some kind of weird and awful childhood with his mother, probably. Yeah, but yeah, what a great and varied performance. Yeah, so fucked up, but in a perfect way. Yeah, it's a strange world. Why are there people like Frank? Why is there so much trouble in this world? Yeah, I'll have to go with Dennis Hopper. I just absolutely love Frank Booth. So yeah. Then we have Isabelle Adjani in Possession and David Thewlis in Naked. So this is a very intense performance from David Thewlis. So much dialogue and monologue. Here, he's very, very weird, strange person that goes on these weird rants about many, many things. But David Thewlis just portrays this type of an fucked up loser in such a great way. And yeah, I don't know what to say about it, but it's such a powerhouse performance again. But then Isabella Adjani in Possession that you see here, that might be the greatest performance by any actress ever. I mean, she puts so much into that performance. It's so powerful, emotional, dark, disturbing, horrific. Yeah, so many standout scenes with her performance, like this scene or the scene in the tunnel or the octopus scenes or the scenes with Sam Neill, the doppelganger stuff. So many great scenes. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Isabella Adjani, but David Thewlis is great too. But let's do the other rounds quickly, like we always do. Sheryl versus Gena Rowlands. Very tough battle. I'm gonna go with Sheryl. Um, Nakadai versus Peter Sellers. Nakadai. Sam Neill versus Anna Karina. Sam Neill. Anna Karina, I like her more in general, but these particular performances, yeah. Um, Adjani, yeah, very tough, very tough. Sheryl, Adjani. So we have actress versus actress for the final, actually, yeah. Um, oh God, like these are in many ways very similar performances. Yeah, and of course, possession in general. There are things that feel like very Lynchian, but yeah. Um, I mean, these films would actually make a great double bill. I think you wouldn't be able to sleep to that double bill. Yeah. Uh, I'm gonna go with Adjani. Yeah. So Isabella Adjani from Possession wins this bracket battle. Let me know who you would have chosen from these performances and let me know your favorite performances. Give me your favorite performance, give me a list. Top 5, top 10, top 25, top 50, top 100. Let me know ideas for future bracket battles. I'm gonna start my favorite albums series very soon, and I decided that I'm gonna do that in the bracket battle form as well, because this is just fun to me. Yeah. But anyway, look out for those videos, look out for other bracket battles and other videos. Thanks for watching, don't drink all the coke, and sayonara. Arigato gozaimashita.